When it came to changing my life, this was by far one of the hardest things I had to do. And it was breaking up with the old version of myself. I've talked a lot about in the past how you have to break up with certain people in your life. If you're looking to change your life, there's certain people you just need to break relationships and break ties with. And I would say you need to break up sometimes with even your best friend if your best friend is someone who's holding you back or holding you down or not lifting you up. But today's video is about one of the things that was most important in changing my life, which was breaking up with the old version of me. At the time when I was being taught this by my mentor, he kind of put it as, you have to become the new version of yourself in order and leave the old version of yourself behind. But over the years, I realized more of what he was saying was you have to break up with the old version of yourself, just as you would break up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you break up with someone you're dating, whatever it might be. You have to break up with the old version of you. So if you're watching this video right now and you are looking to change your life, you want to improve your situation, whatever it may be, the first thing you have to do is declare who you are right now today, the things that you're doing on a daily basis, the person you're being on a daily basis. What are those things? Who are you? And write them down, list them out. This is what I was told to do. And when you list those things out, you're listing the person that you are today, and you're also giving yourself a clear picture of what you don't want to be. Because if all those things that you list out, the things that you're doing, the person you're being today, currently, are working or were working, you would already be at where you want to be, but it's not working. And so you have to write that down to notice what you need to leave behind. If you're someone that sleeps in, you have to put that down. And then on the flip side, you know that you have to be someone who wakes up early. If you're someone who eats unhealthy, you write that down. That's who you are today. And on the flip side, you have to be someone who eats healthy, watches what they eat, eats clean. If you're someone who spends money and is living beyond their means, you write that down. And who do you want to be? You want to be someone who is prudent, someone who doesn't spend money frivolously. You want to be someone who has wealth. So those are the things you want to write down. You want to write down who you are today. And then once you make that list, you say, okay, this is the person I want to break up with. I need to leave this person behind, just like you would leave in a relationship with someone you're dating, someone toxic. But when it comes to changing your life, you have to understand and you have to admit that the person you currently are is not working out for you. It's not getting you where you need to be. Now, do you have to break up with every version of your... No, you don't, because there may be a couple of things that you're doing right now that are pretty good. It's just that other areas of your life, you're weak, flawed, lack education, lack knowledge, whatever it might be. And those habits, those traits, those characteristics, whatever it might be, those are what are holding you back. So make the list of who you are today and then declare that you're going to break up with that person effective immediately. Like I said, just like someone toxic. Just like someone who was, maybe if you're in an abusive relationship and you would leave that person, you have to leave that person behind. Now, you want to build the list of who you are going to start being, not tomorrow, not a week from now, not a month from now, not once you make the money or once you lose the weight or once you become this. No. You have to start being that person today, acting as if you already achieved that today. That's the secret. I used to think that I had to get to a certain level and do certain things or accomplish certain things before I could be that person. But I didn't realize you get there by becoming that person today, not hoping and wishing for that to be that person tomorrow. So step one was breaking up with that current version of myself and declaring and owning the things I was doing and the things I was being that was not getting me to where I wanted to be. Step two was writing out all the things that the person I wanted to be would be doing on a daily basis, would be doing on a weekly basis, would be doing on a monthly basis. Who are they? What do they do? What would they be every single day? And I wrote it down. They would wake up early. They would eat healthy. They would go running. They would do all these things. They would read books. They would make a certain number of phone calls every day. Network. Do the things that that person would do. And I kind of already knew because I knew some people who had that level of wealth and that level of success. And I kind of saw what they did. But I never did those things because I said, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So why am I going to act like that person? Well, that's it. You have to be and act like that person today in order to become that person tomorrow. You have to be that person today, and then that reality will become your future. That's how it works. It doesn't work any other way. Trust me, I've tried every other way. And the only thing that worked was being that person today. So I wrote out the list, and I started being that person effective immediately. And I just owned it. Now, maybe I didn't have the money in the bank, right, that I was hoping for, but I was acting and pretending and being the person, like the person that had that level of money in the bank. What would they do? How would they operate? How would they move through the world? What would they dress like? How would they speak to people? Where would they go? What would they spend their time doing? What would they not spend their time doing? So I wrote all these things out. Someone who has $1 million in the bank and they are a successful business person. What are they doing? And I just started being that. I started getting up. I started doing the tasks that I believed, and I knew from some people I knew, once again, what they were doing. And I just started doing that. I started doing that. Some people say, oh, what is that? Like fake it till you make it? And it is. It is. And guess what? It doesn't hurt you to put yourself in that mood. It doesn't hurt you to start being that person today. Now, you don't want to go around lying to people and telling people you got $1 million in the bank or buying stuff as if you had $1 million in the bank. No, I didn't do that. I just carried my mood as if I already had it. And I carried myself in my daily practices as if I already had it. And then I started emailing people differently. I started responding to texts differently. I started to say no to certain things because I realized those things were the things that the old me said yes to. So, and I was that person anymore. I was the new me. I broke up with the old me. And so now the new me, no, he doesn't say yes to those things. He's not Mr. Nice Guy. He's Mr. Good Guy, but he's not Mr. Nice Guy. And that's when things started to change. And then people started to notice. And then there were the people who started to notice and they didn't like it. And then there were the people who started to notice and they were like, well, you've changed, man. This is good. I like this new you. I like it. Yeah. Those are the ones you want to stand by. Those are the ones you want close to you. The people that look at you when you're going through this and they're saying, what happened to you? You changed. As if it's a bad thing. Those are the people you want to run away from because they are the friends of the old you. And you broke up with the old you. So just like you would if you broke up with a girl, right? You're not going to stay in contact with the people she knew, more than likely. You're going to push everyone away. You're going to find new people, right? You are going to separate. You have to make it a violent breakup. Push it away. Don't revisit it. It's done. It's over. And you are becoming that next day the new version of you and start living that. And once you start doing that, that's when you will realize the change. It was hard. It was hard for me because I wanted to hold on to a lot of the old ways I was. There was a lot of things that I was doing and being that I really didn't think were so bad. But the reality was they weren't getting me to where I wanted to be. So whether I thought they were bad or not, they weren't helping me. They weren't getting me where I wanted to go. So there were even some things I was like, well, that's not bad about me. Oh, that's not too bad. I do that. That's not terrible. I got rid of it all. I just said, I want a clean slate. So I'm getting rid of it all. And I'm starting anew. And that was the difference that made the difference. So if you're serious about changing your life, you're not happy where you are, and you want to become someone else, it's not something that happens down the road. It's something that happens today. And it was kind of a little bit of a mental trick in fooling myself. Yes. But I started acting as if. Act as if today. What would that person do? You want to get in shape? You want to look like some elite bodybuilder, whatever it might be? What do? They sleep 8 hours. They take in enough protein. They're sometimes going to the gym twice a day. They're getting their cardio in. Their diet is super clean. They're not drinking alcohol. They're not eating garbage. They're dedicated. If you become that person today, it's going to turn you into that person. It's inevitable. You don't slowly get into it. You stop doing the old you and you start doing what that person is. That is the way. If you are looking to change your life, you can't possibly say, I'm going to change and become a new person while remaining the old person. It's just not possible. And it's hard. It's hard to break up with people and move away from certain people. Friends, maybe friends you've had for a long time. Sometimes even the person you're with, your partner, your spouse. Sometimes you have to leave that person because that's the person that's the toxicity in your life. That's the person that's truly holding you back and holding you down. Everyone has a different story. Some people I've heard they have to distance themselves from their family because their family, that's the toxin in their world. So everyone's different. And I'm not here to tell you who or what you need to break up with and walk away from. I'm here to tell you that when I went through this, I had the number one person I had to break up with and run away from was the old version of me. The practices, the habits, all of it. And immediately adopt the practices, the habits of the person I knew I wanted to be more than anything else. It took a while to hit that rock bottom and say, that's it, I'm done. But once I did it, man, did that change everything for me. I hope you found this video insightful and valuable. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, helps the channel. And most importantly, leave a comment. Let me know, what are you trying to change in your world? And what do you have to leave behind? And what are you going to now adopt and become today in order to get there, in order to become that person, in order for that to become your reality? Drop it in the comments below. And most importantly, if you found it relevant, maybe share it. Share it with someone that you care about. Sharing is caring. So like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I will see you in the next one.